Are we good to go here? Let's just double check everything. Should be good, I think. Yeah, I think so. Surely we'll be able to find the world, right? Although it is a Saturday. Yesterday I had no issues, though. Actually, no, yesterday we didn't have a task. What am I saying? We were looking for a task and we didn't get one. May not be able to find the world. Oh, there we go. After a few money tasks but a whole lot of Slayer skipping, we finally found ourselves with another Greater Demons task. We're going to be doing 233 Greater Demons today. Well, hopefully in one day. Although this is a pretty big task, it could take us a good bit. Nevertheless, though, unfortunately, this Black Demons task work... What the heck am I saying? After a few money tasks and a whole lot of skipping, we finally found ourselves with another Greater Demons task. 233 of them. I don't believe this is going to put us on rate, so again, we just hope we have to get lucky. Oh, auto retaliator's on. Elder Malt. Yeet. 48. Okay. Oh, some more teleports, huh? I'll be taking those. Thank you very much. Let me just double check everything is all sorted on our stream. I mean, we're live. I think we're good. Audio's picking up. We're streaming the right thing. Go ahead and dump the claw spec right there. Why not? Humble 2. Posture check. Oh no, watermelon seeds? I believe that's quite rare, actually. That's unfortunate. Alright, oh, we just kicked it. We just kicked it. I just walked into that. Rude plate body. I guess I'll drop the watermelon seeds. They aren't worth anything. Especially not as a main. Honestly, I picked those up because that's just the Iron Man in me. Ooh, a prayer potion. Don't mind if I do. Another rune plate body. Go ahead and eat this angler, we'll take that. Oh, huge claw spec. What are we in? Dragon Dagger? It's like 18k. Well, I was all tabbed, wasn't paying attention. Oh, there's my defender. I was looking for it. It was actually a bad time to spec there. All good though. Smoldering Heart. That's nice. That's the combat boost. Very nice. Oh boy, manta rays. 2 of them even. Luna OSRS with the follow. Good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Working on some greater... I guess these are greater demons. I call myself there, but I mean, they very much are greater demons, but they're tormented demons more specifically. Not too bad, you know, just got going. Could be better if we get a tormented synapse. But in all honesty, we're not gonna hit rate here, so we'd have to be lucky. We indeed are playing on the main, and the reason, excuse me, the reason why is, well, we want to get Radiant Oathplate on the Iron Man. And you're like, wait, what does that have anything to do with your main? Well, I want to get it on the main too. It'd be better if I got it on the main first, so I'm a little bit more practiced. And then, in theory, that should take less attempts on the Iron Man where we need to farm the contracts. That's pretty much what I did with, Blood Torva as well. Although, actually, the time gap between me getting Blood Torva on this account and then the Iron Man was a pretty big gap. I essentially had to do it 3 times. Yeah. And then, you know, me being an Iron Man, I'm playing a main now, but I'm not fully playing it like a main. Like, I could just go buy a tormented synapse right now, but I do kind of want that collection log. I do kind of want to get one myself. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually, GP-wise, I'm pretty poor on this account too, so GP could be nice as well. Yeah, it just keeps things a little bit interesting, you know? Although, I will say what's gonna happen is I'm likely gonna hit the drop rate, and then if I don't get it, I might just consider buying one. Oh, there's a prayer potion I didn't pick up over there. A 20... what was that, a 28? Ouch. Yeah, we're just kind of playing like with the best of both worlds right now. It's like we can like Iron Man some things, but we can also just as easily just tap out and move on. So it just depends how it goes. Just playing the game. True. You know, in all honesty, Iron Man mode doesn't need to exist. If people just had, and when I say people, myself included, people just had a little bit more discipline and willpower instead of just standing at the GE. Play the game. But yeah, this main account is in a pretty interesting situation. If we pretend like we're in like mid 2024, I pretty much have max gear. Like I have full Torva, you know, I got the Amulet Rancor, all that stuff. But basically this account is missing anything from Yama, anything from Duma Mocha, and like probably a few other things that came along the way. Actually stumbled across my videos because you were looking for a Zerker Iron series to watch while I grieve how awful the build is now. Yeah, there's definitely like new account builds, right? Because they keep coming up with new content in the game, and like Moon's gear is 50 defense, but there's only 5 higher level than what a Zerker would be. And then, yeah, there's just so much stuff in the game now. In that YouTube series though, I do have like 2 different Iron Man accounts in that game group. And sometimes I'm doing content on both accounts at the same time. Sometimes I'm focused more on one than the other. One to two combats is a big deal in the end game. Yeah, for sure. What's on the ground right here? Battle stack, Grimy Snapdragon. But yeah, honestly, recently I've been at a little loss as to what to do on my Iron Man account. Like, obviously there are things to do, but I just didn't know what I wanted to do. So actually playing the main again and going like, okay, if I go for a Radiant Oathplate, I can go back on my Iron Man and do that. It's kind of given me a direction, so it's nice. Thing that sucks most for Zerkers, 82 attack, 63 brave, 50 defense puts you above 100 combat. Yeah, I think my account is like 103 combat. I think it's 103. But yeah, in general right now, I do need to figure out what my goals are for that account at the moment, because my initial goals, my main two goals when I first started that account, was I wanted to get the Inferno Cape and the Quiver on that account. Sometimes I do kind of have the thought like, should I just start playing it like a normal account? But so far, every time I've had that thought, I kind of just take a break from it, because you can turn a 50 defense account, or like, you know, all my restrictions and whatnot, into a normal account, but you can't turn a normal account into a 50 defense account. You can't go backwards, you know? So instead of like making any like real decisions, I just kind of like put it off, take a break, because I have other accounts to play anyways. We're a little low here. Oh. Eat this angler. You nothing drop. Yeah, it's also pretty interesting because, like you said, like the YouTube series, that's the first real YouTube series I've done. And that I'm still working on, obviously. And so I realized, like, it kind of shapes the way I play the account in a way. Like, I wouldn't necessarily do some things if I wasn't recording a series. But it's also nice in that way because, like, it gets me out of, like, what I'm used to doing in the game sometimes. Oh my god, we just nuked that one. Yeah, we're actually working with no food here, so maybe should consider banking soon. So I'm gonna throw. I wonder if it's worth it to bring an herb sack at all. I don't think the herb drops are common enough though. Yeah, this is probably last KC and then we'll bank and come back. So we'll just go ahead and dump our spec here. Okay, that was a pitiful Eldermaw hit. Oh yeah, we're definitely leaving after this. A 24. The vines are expiring as well. Okay, first trip. Last KC. Some teleports, okay. So obviously wearing primordial boots has been a staple for the longest time. The Avernic treads have only really been out for what, like 2 months? But the prims look so weird now. They just look so weird to me, I don't know. And back we go. I could have did the whole pre-potting and everything, but whatever, it's fine. Let's pot up. Middle is still open here, fantastic. If I'm not mistaken, like, if you don't have Demon Bane weapons, or I should say, outside of the Demon Bane weapons, I think the Twisted Bow's like the next best thing. Like, this thing absolutely smacks. It's like better than the Shadow or the Scythe or whatever. Will we get a Synapse today? Just gotta get a little lucky. Although we already are a little lucky because we did get a Burning Claw drop already. Not on this task, but this is our second task, grinding Tormented Demons, so we're like 200 something KC in now. And we're gonna get another 200 something more. I feel like it's kind of silly when it drops like two dose prayer potions like that. Because we know it drops a full prayer potion as well. So it's like the same drop, but like getting this one is just extra effort. You know, I didn't mean for this to happen actually, but I guess in the YouTube series, right now we're working on Tormented Demons. But I know we're working on Tormented Demons again, but on the main account. Okay, I'm trying to think ahead here. I had this discussion the other day, but I haven't really like locked into place anything just yet, but what am I gonna do immediately after I pull some synapses? Usually I'm multi-logged too, and I'm just not multi-logged right now currently. Some nice reclined tormented demons. Should probably be using our spec. Yo, go ahead. Oh wait, I thought the little shield thing is still up. The flames on the back. There we go. Now it's gone. So along the way on our road to Radiant Oathplate, I do want to reobtain Master CAs on this account. That is on my mind. I'm gonna have to do some digging into the combat achievements to see like which ones I want to do. That's why we're just wearing this KBD Slayer helmet right now. I actually had the Vorkath one when I first logged back on, but then I was like, it looks kind of goofy with the Blorba. So I was like, let me switch that up. Let's see what I have available. I want to say our KC per hour here is actually pretty good, because we do have, like, good gear. We're not using 2 Demon Bane weapons, but the Emberlight's the best thing, probably? Maybe? I could be wrong on that. Let's just eat up a little bit. Ouch. Should have known. Should have known. I really enjoy doing Tormented Demons. You know, obviously the gear we have helps, but it's just nice because if we compare this to Demonic Gorillas, the better gear you have at Demonic Gorillas, the worse it is at Demonic Gorillas. It's like, it becomes so intensive, it's like you're PKing, you're like switching almost every hit pretty much. But Tormented Demons, like, these things are very beefy. There's like a couple of cool mechanics to them. Just makes it interesting enough. And you do have to like weapon and gear switch, but it's not so crazy. I wonder what the prices of Zenite jewelry is right now, because I was gonna say like Tormented Synapses are worth a lot more, but maybe not so much right now. Synapse prices actually dropped a lot, because I think people are just done with Mocha and Yama. Which I don't understand, by the way. If I buy something in the game, I genuinely want to do my best to hold on to it, like with a few exceptions. Like for example, when I logged back onto the main account here, like I did have to sell a few things because, well, I had to what the? How? What? He's got 96 Slayer, 2200 total, and a Basilisk Jaw all at once. What a sequence of events right there. Yeah, that's the same clanmate that once got... I forgot what it was, but he had like an interesting sequence of like clan broadcasts as well at like Corrupted Gauntlet. Oh, I think he got the pet role, a new Gauntlet PB, and like the Grandmaster speed time or something. This is like probably like a year or two ago, honestly, but like it just... I distinctively remember it for some reason. Dragging stuff in my inventory. I'll be taking this battle staff, thank you, before it despawns. Good morning, Hutch. How we doing? We're back at Tormented Demons. I think last time I was on stream, like, which was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Did I stream? Dude, I streamed yesterday. I don't think I had a Tormented Demons task though, or maybe it was like early in the day. I don't know. Oh my god, time is a blur. Oh yeah, we were raiding. That's right. Yeah, we were doing Tom. Okay, so the day before, we were at Tormented Demons. The last Slayer task I streamed, we were doing Tormented Demons, and we're back at Tormented Demons. But yeah, it actually took a lot of Slayer tasks to get back here. Yeah, I like momentarily forgot like what I did yesterday at all. Like, did I stream? If I was streaming, what was I doing? I've got a repot. Elder Maul's book. Or not a spec, but you know. Oh my god, a 23, dude, relax. I'm actually not logged onto another account right now, which is weird because lately I've been doing a lot of multi-logging. What should I be doing? Also, we have 100 spec. Sometimes I just forget to use spec. And it's just taking up inventory space with the Burning Claws, you know? If I'm gonna bring them, I better use them. Pretty next best in slot. Does he have Oathplate? I don't know if he has Oathplate. Not to be a negative Nancy here, but you know, like if he doesn't have Oathplate, he doesn't have pre-next best in slot. Torva is now niche armor anyways. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. With the introduction of Oathplate, Torva is now the niche armor. It's like the TOA armor. It's kind of goofy. I wonder if they intended it to be like that. It was definitely more annoying to get than Oathplate, that's for sure. You can actually get Oathplate pretty early. Heck, you can get Oathplate before you even go to Bandos, honestly. Pretty sure. Oop, didn't have my... Rancor on, which is actually pretty huge. See, there goes the 2 separate 2-dose prayer potions again. Let me take a nice sip of my coffee here. We're not praying the right thing. Too busy drinking my coffee. I hit the wrong one. Momentarily have to deal with 2 of them there, but we're okay. Let me just eat up. Will we get a Tormented Synapse today? Oh wait, I could have just kept meleeing there. The Thrall made it switch prayers. Okay, Tormented Demons are chill enough to do. Let me just take a quick peek at YouTube today. See if we got any new comments. YouTube comments are always, let's just say you never know what you're gonna read. You never know what you're gonna read. What's really been surprising me is the Tob short from a month ago. At this point, over a month ago. It's still getting views. In fact, it's actually gotten more views in the last couple of days than like last week. It just keeps going. Can't stop, won't stop. I think what's happening is, like, obviously I'm uploading new content. And I think, especially shorts, if I upload a new short and that new short does, like, okay, then people get redirected to that short as well. So that one, like, for example, in the last 48 hours, this short got 7.7k views. Last week, it was, like, averaging, like, 2 to 3k. That's my claim to flame. Flame? Claim to fame. The one Tob short. Smoldering pile of flesh? You know, that's actually pretty timely. We do need that. We're completely out of food. Very nice. Don't mind if I do. Hello, how's it going? Oh, let's death charge. Use of our spec here. I need to go to Yama, if nothing else, but I just stepped back into that. I need to go to Yama, if nothing else, but for the double death charge. But yeah, that's in the works. That's in the works. We'll be going to Yama at some point. Obviously for Radiant Oathplate, that's our main goal here. But also before then, we're also going to do some regular Yama. New to RuneScape. Like, in general? Like, all of RuneScape? I say that because, like, that's, like, a surprise. Like, the game, honestly, does not get very many new players. Just due to the nature of how old this game is. Oh, Thrall expired. I'm trying really hard not to click on the other one. But, what the? They're trolling. Okay, we can probably do another KC after this one. Yeah, they just stack on top of each other, right? And they make you click on the wrong one. Which is manageable, but, you know, like, we're not really trying to do that, you know? We're just trying to take it easy here. Plus, I really don't think, like, tagging both at the same time, like, really speeds it up at all. Like, in fact, it might take longer. Doing all the free-to-play quests on old-school RuneScape. You know, that's honestly not a bad idea, but also, like, keep in mind, like, the free-to-play aspect of the game is a very, very, very tiny portion of the game. And it's fun. Well, that's good, because if you do find yourself getting membership, like, the game opens up, like, that much more. Like, I'm not even sure, like, calling free-to-play, like, a free trial to the game does it justice, because it's such a small fraction of the game. Oh my god, we just absolutely smacked this Tormented Demon, which is good because we're now out of supplies. Magic Shortbow U. Main GP for fishing to buy a 15 mil bond. You know, yeah, bond prices are a bit rough. Once upon a time, many years ago, a bond was like 5 mil. Oh. Back we go. You'll say it's like 0.5% of the whole content? You know, I'm not going to fact check you on that, but yeah, honestly, that sounds about right. Because they keep adding new content into the game too, right? And you know what? Honestly, they could really do with adding new free-to-play content. Yeah, they could really do with adding new free-to-play content. I feel like it wouldn't hurt. I feel like if anything, it would help. You know, for people that are trying out the game and then they're playing free-to-play, like, if you make free-to-play better, people are going to want to play the game more and then they're going to get membership. You don't know, but it's all you need to know is it's 15 mil right now, that's true. Try playing RuneScape 3 and it sucks. You know, I don't know anything about RuneScape 3. Like, even though it shares the same name, and once upon a time, RuneScape 3 was the only RuneScape, at a certain point, the game just went in a completely different direction. So even though it shares the name RuneScape, it's like an entirely different game. And there was a while where everybody was just like memeing RuneScape 3. Like everybody that plays old school just says, like, they'll automatically say RuneScape 3 sucks. But if I'm being reasonable here, like, I don't know anything about the game. for me to like have a real opinion. But old school RuneScape is the more popular one, that's for sure. Like a lot of the times when someone's talking about RuneScape, they mean old school RuneScape. Oh my god, free prayer. Don't mind if I do. He played for 5 hours and then installed it. Yeah, 5 hours is pretty decent. A long time ago, I tried another MMO, Maple Story, because like a lot of my friends used to play Maple Story. And I just never tried it, right? So I finally got around to installing it. But back then I had really terrible internet, so it took me like the entire day to install it. Finally got it installed, created my character, and you know, created a name. You know how long that takes when you play an MMO. Like, you create a name and character. You're in that, like, character menu for, like, ages. So I finally got around to do that. I started playing, and I think, like, 5 minutes into the game, I died to a pig. Pretty sure it was a pig. I don't know why I, like, remember this so well. And then I uninstalled. I uninstalled right after that. So playing a game for 5 hours before you uninstall, that's a decent amount of time. Okay, we're chipping away at this task. We started at 233 and we have 189 left, so that's actually good progress right there. A 79 Elder Maul Bonk, not too bad. Oh wait, they're both piles of flesh. I thought one of them was the prayer, but I already used that one. Free food. You die on a pig, and here you are on RuneScape defeating a boss that I'm seeing for the first time. Well, you're gonna be seeing a lot of things for the first time in this game. Like, these things I'm killing right now, these came out like maybe like 2 years ago, if that, maybe less than 2 years. It's very timing in this game is like, when you talk about anything in this game, is really weird, because like you could be doing something that like was in the game 20 years ago, or you could be doing something that just came out like 2 months ago. I don't know if there's many games you can say that in. And the crazy thing is, like, even if you've been playing like all this time, like there's still stuff that you probably haven't done in the game. There's just so much to do. Oh, teleports. Let's not accidentally click on those teleports. That would be a bit of a waste. These things give so much Slayer EXP, it's crazy. Like a 1065 per KC. You know, speaking about pigs earlier, are there pigs in this game? I guess there's boars. But I don't think I've seen, like, a pig. There's cows and chickens, obviously. Where are the pigs at? Where's my damage at? There we go. Oh, we're gonna need some more arrows soon. I mean, I use soon pretty loosely, but we had a lot more arrows than this. There's a pig, if you recall it, in the first treasure quest. I really don't remember. We haven't really used much of our food at all. And we still got the pile of flesh on the ground. It depends. The regular loot you don't really get much from, but there is a big drop that gets you like 23 mil. I think it is right now. So right now, like these regular drops we're getting, like a lot of it I'm just leaving on the floor because it's like not even worth that much. But if we get a big drop, oh, you'll know. You'll see it. Nice little loot beam. Nah, you're good, you know. The people that have been playing this game for 20 years still have a ton of questions. Oh, they're 29 mil right now? Okay, that's a little bit better. They went up slightly, I suppose. I swear, like, when I bought this Synapse for the Emberlight the other day, It was about 23, 24 mil. You know, a lot of people, I don't know if many people do this in other games, but a lot of people watch RuneScape content while they're playing RuneScape, so. Good morning, Viva. How we doing? Just in time to see this Tormented Synapse drop. Surely. Right here. As soon as I can do some more damage. Oh my god, here it comes. Here it comes. I'm zooming right in. Magic short bow. It didn't even give me like a text because like the GP value is so low. Close. Yeah, Magic Shortbow, Tormented Synapse. Magic Shortbow U were 641 GP, same thing. 24 mil for one item, that's almost 2 bonds. Yeah, that's kind of crazy if you think about it like that, actually. It's like... There are items worth much more than 24 mil, and... It's like some... I guess if you pull like a Twisted Bow or something, and you like turn that into membership, that's like... I don't even know how many days of membership you could get from a Twisted Bow. It's like 1.5 billion? Probably multiple years, right? Like you're set. But yeah, if I could get my hands on a Tormented Synapse right now, that'd be great. Just so we can get the collection log. And then we can also at least start considering moving on to other things. Oh. I need to actually like write this down somewhere because I keep thinking about what to do next, and then I think about it and like I come to a conclusion, then I forget, and then we're back to square one. But I think next is probably Yama. I feel like it has to be Yama. We need to pick up that double death charge ASAP. Maybe get ourselves some Oathplate as well. You're maxed out on your character? I guess so, yeah, the skills. I have 99 everything. Smoldering Grand, that's some gland, not grand. Some prayer right there. What we're after right now, though, is max gear. Our stats might be max, but our gear isn't. Yeah, currently I'm live multi-streaming. What's the missing gear? Oathplate and all the stuff from the newest boss, Dumamoka. And like when we're talking about max gear, like there's other gear that's like niche, used for like only certain things. Like we're missing those things too. But yeah, like don't get me wrong, like I have all the gear I need to do anything I want in the game really, but we're not maxed. In fact, you know, like you've seen my Iron Man for reference. The Iron Man has more gear than this account. If I could get a prayer potion drop right now, that'd be great. Yeah, I've definitely played on that account a lot more than I have ever played on this account. Even if that's not necessarily true, like maybe in terms of hours played. I mean, back then when I was playing on this account in the early days, I was just like running around doing nothing. Like really. But I learned a lot about like playing the game on the Iron Man, so we just have a lot more stuff done on that account. Want to spend time on your Iron Man, but damn, I got 4 gigs, got no time for Iron Man. Well, yeah, that's a lot, right? But I mean, you know, you could play Iron Man as long as you're happy with the progress you're making in the time that you do have to play, I suppose. So the thing about this game is like you don't really have to like compare yourself to other people. Like how far ahead or how behind other people are doesn't really affect you. Like that's not really even a term, really, like being ahead or behind other people. Like it's all relative. But yeah, naturally, Iron Man does take a lot more time than playing a normal account. If you want to be doing more things. Okay, we actually have to bank soon. In fact, this is probably our last KC before we bank. Show me the snaps. Never mind. Let's bank all this stuff. And back we go. Nice and quick. Our total Tormented Demon KC is 279 now, so a little over halfway to the drop rate. Spot up again. I kind of want to try some solo Yama when I get to Yama, because I've only ever done duos. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing more duos, but I also want to try a few solos. That's for sure. I mean, the contract fights are going to be very different, but it would be good to get accustomed to Like even the very basic mechanics solo. He's not very humble. Today is a Saturday, so we actually have a new video coming out in just about an hour. Oh, dump our claw specs. That might have been a Thrall KO there. Yeah, we're chipping away at this task. Making good progress, that's for sure. Ow, I swear I stepped back. I think sometimes like the timing's just a little off and then it doesn't register. We'll eat up. One more hit. Okay. I feel like every time I'm like, yeah, one more hit, guys. And then I just hit a 0. Go ahead and dump 2 claw specs for good measure. Have to spec energy. I actually think we need to farm more Tormented Synapses on the Iron Man account. Not necessarily because we absolutely need it, but just like quality of life so we don't have to swap back and forth with our synapses. Pretty low on the priority list of things to do though. But we're at that stage on the Iron Man where it's like, there's not too many things that are clear-cut progression, and we kind of just have to scramble and find things to do. Or play a different account, which is exactly what we're doing right now. I've been saying, but I'll say it again. A hardcore Iron Man is on the menu. It's just a matter of when we're gonna do it. Don't really have a timeline for that right now, but it is in the plans. Oh man, I feel like I'm about to sneeze any moment. I'll be waiting for the hardcore Iron Man. I think, if anything, at the earliest, I would say, is probably after I get Radiant Oathplate. And that's at the earliest. Are you playing on the Iron at the side at the moment, or just playing the main? Actually, for right now, I haven't done this in a while, but I'm just single logging at the moment. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do right now. I guess I could, like, do some more fishing or something, but I've done a lot of fishing. Show me the synapse, please. I can't really complain though. Like I said, like we're not even close to drop rate. When I was doing this on the 50 defense pier, the KC an hour was not great, to say the least. With the weapons we were using, I believe we were using the Eclipse Atlatl, although I may have eventually gave myself the T-bow to use. But we definitely started out using the Eclipse Atlatl, and what was the melee weapon used? Did we use melee? No, we used mage. Yeah, I think we just like auto-casted the demon main weapons. Not even with a purging staff, but with the Kodai, I'm pretty sure. I want to say right now we're getting anywhere between like high 50s to low 60 KC an hour being on task. And paying like relatively good attention. We're also in the middle slot here where we don't have to wait for respawn times, so we're just one after another. But I'm just trying to think of this in the context of playing, for example, in the future, our hardcore. We're probably gonna want a heavy focus on Demon Bane because like this line of progression is just so good. Getting Demon Bane weapons into Zami, Voskobo, Yama, Mocha. This Tormented Demon grind would take a good bit. Because we definitely would want at least 2 synapses. If not 3, just, you know, just so we don't have to worry about swapping back and forth. 52? 94 rune crafting? It's crazy. You know, I could do some blood rune crafting on the Iron Man right now. But I'm also just... Honestly, I'm just kind of lazy right now. I don't really feel like it. Oh my god, we're smacking. Wait, fire orbs on the ground? We'll take those. Just heal up a little bit. A lot of teleports on this trip. We have 6. That's 3 rolls. I don't know why I swapped the prey melee there. I mean, I just took damage for no reason. I had the right prayer on. Doing a 6-way switch is like a sweet spot for me, I think. Like, I can do 8 in the context of like doing a raid and stuff, but like for something like this where we're doing it constantly, it's like a sweet spot where it's not too much effort. We'll make use of this prayer potion we picked up. Almost stepped back into the flames there. Smoldering pile of flesh. Good timing. Low on food. Humble too. I guess it's kind of a 7-way when we switch into our melee because of the defender. Jeez, the Burning Claw KO. Nope, didn't have piety on, feels bad. More fire orbs. How much are these things worth, actually? 784 each. I actually looked at the high out value first instinctively there, but yeah, I mean, we're just going to be dumping these in the Grand Exchange. We were talking about bonds earlier. Honestly, I need to get more membership on this account. I think like in a little under a week. I only used the 1 bond on this account. But it's clear we're going to be playing this for a good bit. A couple of weeks at the very least. Really depends on how much progress we can make. Some of it is relying on RNG, you know, if we can get drops or not. But honestly, I would like to get like all this stuff done on the main, go back to the Iron Man, get Radiant Oathplate on there. You know, if I do start the hardcore anytime soon, I would like to figure out what I want to do on the Iron Man. Like, I'm sure there's some like slow, long-term grinds I could do. One of the problems I have right now, personally, whenever I'm playing the accounts, is I'm trying to figure out things that aren't like a crazy, crazy long grind. Like something where I can expect progress in like a week or a couple of days. But when you make it to the end game, there's just not many things that are in that range of like expected time to completion. Oh boy, watermelon seeds. We have a ton of space in our inventory right now. We might as well pick that up. A little behind the scenes here, but our the YouTube analytics for my channel are about to crater. I think like this time tomorrow, because exactly 28 days ago was right around the time when my top short blew up, and that like gave me a ton of like numbers. But yeah, those graphs and stuff, they're gonna drop because obviously I'm not pulling 400k views on every short I upload. So like I know it's gonna happen and it's perfectly reasonable, but you know, like we want to see number go up. We never want to see number go down. To be fair, the numbers in general have been steadily going up. But obviously, you don't just randomly get one 400k, close to 500k now, short, and expect every one of them to be like that. Especially shorts. Like videos, you can kind of have a more reasonable expectation. But shorts, you know, like when the algorithm decides that they want to blow one video or one short up, they're gonna do it. Probably squeeze in another KC before we make. Oh my god, an 85 Tebow? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that short turned out, and evidently people are pretty happy with that short too in general, not just me. I was just saying earlier, I think now, since I've been consistently uploading, anytime another short does like decent, if people enjoy that short, that new uploaded short, I think YouTube pushes that top clip to them too. Okay, I kind of just wasted the smoldering pile of flesh there because we're banking anyways, but actually we should probably hit the POH first. Couple of runes, some alcohols. And back we go. 150 left on task, so we've done 83 today already. Okay, so we did have to hop a few worlds before we started grinding Tormented Demons today, so an hour 25. We've done 83 Tormented Demons today. Yeah, we're like doing like 60 an hour at the moment. So what, like, it's like a 10-hour grind for one synapse? Tormented Demons are good EXP too? Yeah, they're very, very good EXP. I mean, it's like, if we're talking about Slayer specifically, they're over 1,000 Slayer EXP a KC, and then, I mean, we've seen the EXP drops we've gone from, like, our big hits here. Like, in just today, I've already gained 170k range EXP. And this is the only thing we've done today so far. In terms of range EXP anyways. I did do like a trip or two of Rune Dragons before I started the stream. So we do have a bit of like melee combat stats there. But Slayer EXP, 88k so far. Dragon Dagger. Go ahead and dump 2 specs, why not? Almost misclicked on the super combat there. On that note, what really bothers me sometimes is, for example, I'm doing something here where I'm constantly meleeing and ranging. So naturally, I bring the exact same doses of combat pot and range pot. If I happen to misclick on a super combat, and now I have a 2-dose combat and then a 3-dose range, that like really bothers me. Like, it irrationally bothers me. You know, I'm very glad that I did some digging and found that I had KBD heads on this account and got the Black Slayer mask instead, because the Forecast helmet was looking real goofy. Like, I liked the color, but it just didn't go well with anything. Any of the gear that I was using. Well, give me that Dragon Dagger before it despawns. Thank you. Oh man, we're like doing no damage right now. Oh, your Vorky heads became an assembler. Don't like the Slayer home color. I mean, I personally like the color, but I just don't like the fact that it doesn't go well with anything. It used to go well with the assembler max cape. But unfortunately, with the existence of Missouri and a quiver, it just doesn't fit that color. Like, it's not the same color scheme anymore. When you know what? It made sense for when Armadillo was best in slot, and then also the max assembler cape. Just get the GM Slay home. We're trying to get the master one. Actually, we already have the master one sitting in our bank. We just can't use it because we lost master tier. And I'll go for GM on the Iron Man as soon as the game gives me a frickin' Void Waker. Also, who knows? But before I go for GM, maybe I just play a hardcore instead. Easy. Forgot about the Void Wick grind. Yeah, like we're just gonna forget about that for a little while. We'll come back to that later. The burning claws are so satisfying to use. It's like the sound effect too. Oh, another smoldering gland? Don't mind if I do. Also, I pivoted. We are going to go for Radiant Oathplate before Grandmaster. Just so that the day I take a screenshot of me in Nazakelm, I also have Radiant Oathplate on. I really hope the Radiant Oathplate grind's not going to be that bad. Hopefully I, like, pick it up pretty quickly. Oop, used a super restore when I have a smoldering gland on the ground. Yeah, I guess I just, I was spam clicking there, but I guess I stopped clicking at the wrong time. And I didn't move. That's what feels bad. That happens on occasion to me here. And it just looks like I stand there like a goofball tanking the hit. I definitely tried to move it, the timing was just off. Oh, okay, that was a very pitiful Elder Moth. Ouch. Not gonna lie, I thought I did swap prayers there, but evidently not. You know, we've had 2 smoldering glands on this trip, so our super restore situation in our inventory is looking really good. We are chilling. Our food situation, not so much because we weren't paying attention and we just got smacked. $50-50? We won the 50-50. Oh, smoldering pile of flesh. Very good timing. Thank you very much. Not sure why I'm flicking there. 52. Could be better. So the thing is, by the time we finish this task, unfortunately, we're not going to be hitting drop rate. The question is, do I try to pick up another task after this? So we're going to swap the range right now. So when the shield goes down, the flames go out on the back. I can rip my... Okay, it's actually close to the HP threshold here. Maybe? Maybe not. There we go. Now we can dump our claw specs. All calculated. Oh boy, a dragon dagger. We're rich. That is not my Emberlight. That is a dragon dagger. At least we didn't spec with it. See. $69 rune arrows. Nice. This has been a longer trip than usual, I think. I think at some point Colosseum might be in the works for us too. We need the prayer gear. Obviously we can also just buy the prayer gear, but what's the fun in just buying everything? We want the collection logs anyways, I suppose. The collection log numbers we have on this account are actually very pitiful. 307, and we actually got like, we only got over 300 because of us recently playing this account again. Like, even for not doing clues, 300 just means we don't do any content on here. Oh, that was a claw scratch. And then the actual spec was absolutely pitiful, the worst I've seen. I've never seen a burning claw spec get that low, actually. Okay, we're completely out of food. Let's just play it safe and say that this is the last KC of the trip. Prayer situation is pretty low too. We really made the most out of our resources on this trip. Elder Maul KO. Some teleport scrolls. And back we go. 131 left on task. Oh yeah, I guess boss of the week and skill of the week just started in the clan. Honestly though, I don't think I really care too much for them this week. No. I just showed up and lost 70 health on the first one. I'm trolling. Get our thrall going. First KCO trip, grimy Lantadimes. Lantadime, singular. Yeah, Tormented Demons regular drops really are kind of bad, huh? I'm not saying that's a bad thing, like, you know, not everything needs to just absolutely crap out a whole bunch of GP. Almost halfway through this task already, actually. A 90? Sheesh. Gonna do these on the main for clogs at some point. Are these worth to do without a task? I'd say it's fine to do without a task, especially if you have good gear. Also, depends if you have your block list set up, like how hard you want to camp these, I suppose, because I've been doing these on task on the main here, but it took like a good bit of like task hunting to get my second task here. It took a good bit to get the first task, and then it took a good bit to get the second one. Kuradel. For what it's worth, initially on my Iron Man, I did the grind without a Slayer task, and it didn't feel that bad. Yeah, I guess if we can get our hands on the Tormented Synapse right now, we would be glogged. I mean, there's only 2 things on the collection log here. Okay, we're not gonna waste a claw spec on that. It's like a sliver of health. There we go. You know what? Instead of combining these, I'm just gonna go ahead and drink them. Problem solved. Although, you know, I guess, you know, if I wasn't on task, I wouldn't have hit a 97 Elder Maw. Or was it a 95? I think we hit a 95 and then a 97. Bonk, 89. More teleports. I do like the fact that teleports are never an issue here. You definitely profit these teleports. I have 100 spec. I think because I'm in Missouri, spraying range is always the better. Because it's a 50-50 either way. If it's a mage attack, because we're in Missouri, better mage defense. I suppose. Oh, of course. We eat all our anglers there, and then a smoldering pile of flesh shows up. Okay, man. Oh my god, more prayer. Oops. Smoldering gland, wow. Absolutely free supplies on this trip. Okay, I'm just reading the clan chat here. I still never understand this. Like, Laz has a scythe and just never uses it, I feel like. Like, all these years. Like, he's not gonna use a scythe on the boss for boss of the week? Time to lock in, Laz. It's like, what do you mean you're trying to win boss of the week, but you're not going to use best in slot that's available to you? Ow, at 31, I deserve that. Imagine someone in full Inquisitors or full Blorva killing the early game boss, but they're just bopping it with like. Actually, I guess if he was planning on using the dualies, he would be in the Blood Moon set. Which is even funnier to think about, actually. Like a maxed Iron Man in Blood Moon. All right, we've really locked in here, and we're already halfway through our Greater Demons task here at Tormented Demons. Unfortunately, as I've said before, it's been very, very quiet since the Burning Claw drop. Nothing to show for, unfortunately. Well, I guess except for the EXP, because the EXP here is absolutely insane. Over 1k Slayer EXP per Tormented Demon. Our total KC right now is 334. So actually another 166, if I can do math correctly, until we hit rate. Man's got 1,400 plus clocks and killing a mock Seattle with boppers. Like, at the end of the day, you know, play the game how you want, but... it's just like, come on, man. Like, you have the mega rare weapon that every Iron Man can only dream about getting, and you're just like, I'm just gonna let it sit in the bank. Right? Yeah, it's just like... It's like this giga max. Like, imagine you're running to the boss, right? You see lads running to the boss, and you're just like, oh, someone else is farming the boss too. Cool. You right click them. Wait a minute. Level 126. You search them up. Wait a minute. It's like, what is this guy doing? It's like, what do you mean this is a top... I don't know, what rank is he? Like, probably like top 200 Iron Man, right? Like... yeah, he's rank 146 Iron Man. Like, in total EXP. Like, bro. Oop. Oh boy, 90 rune arrows. You know, I'm actually building up a stack of rune arrows in my bank. I like... I'm never gonna sell rune arrows, I don't think. I'm just gonna see how much I can stack up. Although, I think at one point in time, I accidentally sold my rune arrow stack, and I was like so sad about it, because I was just like clicking on stuff to withdraw, like stacks of stuff to withdraw to sell. And I think I might have sold my rune arrows. So, the stack isn't as big as it should be. I think the pure essence stack on this account is like pretty legit though. And I've never used them. Like the pure essence stack on my Iron Man's also pretty legit, but I've used a lot of pure essence. Oh, wow. These trips are just going by pretty quickly. Like, I checked my inventory, I'm out of pots. Yeah, we got enough duration on the pots for one more KC. Can I be greedy here and not zip the super restore? Hit big. Oh, cost back came back up. 4 prayer left. Grimy land to die. Okay, one moment. Okay, how many we got left on task? 110. Let's keep going here. Oh my god, we got 10 teleports on that trip? What the heck? Wait, we're running low on restores. You know what? We have a ton of prayer potions. We'll just, you know, use the prayer potions instead. Back we go. Might have to start thinking about some lunch at some point. Might as well use the claws because we had that charge going. Our thrall timers are only a minute long right now. We need that master tier back. Puts it closer to like 2 minutes. Oh, it's praying range. Smoldering pile of flesh and a gland. Once again, just absolutely free supplies. $69 magic. Nice. My chat isn't set up the way I want it to be on this account. Like, that clan broadcast of 69 magic is the same color as like anything else, like a normal message. I need to change that. Honestly, you know what? Is it too much to ask for universal game settings across multiple accounts in the same Jagex launcher? Is that too much to ask for? Why do I have to set up the settings on every single account? Dude, I clicked. Good thing we have a ton of food. Smoldering heart. I guess I could have waited to use that, huh? Yeah, I didn't really think about that. I just clicked on it. I was like, oh boy. Seen that guy run through a couple times. Alright, I gotta lock in, bro. That keeps happening. I'm trolling. $100 left on task. We just picked up the task today, so... Well, actually, we picked it up last night, but I didn't start it until today. Yeah, honestly, between like a little bit of AFKing, you know, it tracks a little over 60 KC. Or, honestly, probably a little under 60 KC an hour. We'll send 2 specs, why not? The nice thing about using the twisted bow is that it counts as a heavy weapon regardless. So I just maxed an 88 with the twisted bow right there. Beautiful. Get this angler, make space. You know what? That would have been like a 90 max hit if I had a Vernic Treads. I think anyways. But yeah, I'm very content brain right now, you know? If I wanted to re-obtain max gear, I could just go raid all day every day, make a bunch of GP, and then buy everything, but content-wise, what's the fun in that, you know? We gotta diversify the content a little bit. It's like, imagine, yeah, guys, we're gonna be on the road to Radiant Oathplate. Well, what are you gonna do? We're gonna raid until we have 10 billion GP, and then we're gonna buy everything, and then we're gonna die 600 times at Yama to get our Radiant Oathplate. The end. I stepped into that. Wait, what are you guys doing? Are you guys doing TOA? What does it mean? LF and Viva, you're free to go. Wait, what's going on? After my top performance yesterday, I think Val hates me. I'm sure he has other reasons to hate you. Huh? Ow. Humble too. Yesterday's top session was pretty interesting though. I'll leave it at that. It was interesting. Okay, our prayer situation is actually pretty bad, so instead of repawning here, I'll just bank and come back. Oh. Well, game's trolling a little bit. But we'll go ahead and bank anyways. Did I just waste an anglerfish? Yes. Yes, I did. Alright, here we go again. Another trip. Prob not right now for me. I'm just trying to do the Storm at Demon's Nest. Then I got lunch at some point. Yeah, it feels weird. I haven't even logged into my Iron Man account at all today. Exclusively playing my main account right now? Never before seen. That may have been really late, right? Well, actually, there was no weapon cooldown, so I guess it's fine. Go, Viva. I don't know if you're still here, but go, Viva. It's time to top. It's your calling. Wait, he didn't say Splock. That's crazy. No. What do you mean? But that's a good one. He asked last to top. That is a good one. Like, the last time I saw Laz do a top, he didn't even do it with the clan. He did it with other people. Even though we, like, asked him 10,000 times to top. I have 2019 best in slot. I feel that I have 2024 best in slot. I have 2016 PVM skills. That's all you need, bro. It's top. When did top come out? Theater of Blood. OSR. I forgot to type OSRS and something else came up. I think it's like a movie or something. Oh, 2018. Never mind, never mind. I guess if you have 2016 skills, that is outdated for top. Yeah, what did I just search up just now? It is a 1973 British horror comedy film. The more you know. Yeah, 2018. I think when Top came out, I wasn't like I already started playing OSRS, but I think I might have like stopped playing for a little bit during that era. But I was like a huge noob. I think I was still playing on this account, not maxed. I was doing stuff like chopping magic trees, killing gargoyles. Heck, I might not even have the Slayer level to kill gargoyles yet, actually. TOA best raid in the game? Hmm. I'm not gonna lie though, I did like the oh, ow, 31. Okay. See, this is what I get for saying I was about to say I did like the TOA session we did, and then I ate a 31, so. He said the raid is too easy. I got that charge going, but I don't even use any of my spec, so make use of it there. More smoldering pile of flesh. No joke though, Team Chambers really is like so boring to me. it's so easy. Like it doesn't take long to figure out how to do chambers in a team. But then once you have it figured out, like the stuff you do in a team isn't engaging enough in my opinion to warrant it like being fun. Preheating oven for lunch. I'm trying to make like a purple joke or something, but I can't think of one. Oh my god, a 68 max hit with the Emberlight. Also, it really is super troll to do top trios with learners. It really is troll. And let me tell you, if you do end up going to Tom right now. That is not only is it not great to learn Tom in a trio, but that is definitely not the trio. So it's definitely doable. Like you as the learner, you can just straight up plank at the beginning of Verzik, which don't mean to call anybody out, but that did happen a few times yesterday. uh, but like it is doable, but it takes a lot of effort and like pretty much perfect playing to like clear the raid. But whereas if you're in a 4 scale or a 5 scale raid, even if you die as a learner, it's still pretty comfortable for like the rest of the team to finish the raid. But I mean, it's kind of like the same thing as TOA, really, where you know if you die, it just kind of feels bad because you have to sit out for the. I mean, I guess in TOA, if the team manages to clear the room, then you get to keep going. But in TOB, if the team doesn't clear, then it's just a full wipe. But oh yeah, Chambers is the most forgiving. You die, you just go straight back. Like, unfortunately, you know, you just lose out on a few points. But when you're learning, like, who cares? I will say though, like out of the 3 raids, like I find Team Top to be the most fun because it genuinely feels like it's a team thing. In Chambers, I can never shake the feeling that I feel like I'm just competing against people for points in Chambers. I don't know why. I guess like maybe the mechanics of the raid don't encourage like a lot of teamwork per se. He always like 50-50 for me. Like a lot of the things play out the same exact way in a solo raid and in a team raid, but I guess there are a few differences. Like there is a little bit of strategy in Kefri, I suppose, with the team. Like, you know, some people go onto the scarabs, some people deal with the swarms. The monkey room is pretty cool. Also, like aesthetically and like visually, TOA is just like a lot better. But the thing about like TOA that I think I don't like the most about TOA is that like it punishes you super hard for mistakes. Like one mistake is like a KO a lot of the times. And like, you know, the first thought someone might say about that is like, "Oh, that's just skill issue." But it's like it doesn't feel good to like just like have like one lapse and then you're just dead. Whereas when you make mistakes in Chambers and Tob, it's usually like a series of mistakes that you make, and that you can actually recover from. And like being allowed to like have the opportunity to like recover from your mistakes is like a better like representation of like skill, I feel like. I do like the monkey puzzle room, but like the novelty of the Kefri puzzle, the got old pretty quickly, and then same thing with the Aka puzzle. It's like when the raid first came out, it's like, oh yeah, this is pretty unique, it's pretty cool. But then like if you're thinking about doing a raid like hundreds of times, which you naturally will in this game, yeah, it's not a great raid to repeat in my opinion. You know what? They just need raids 4 just needs to take all the good components of all 3 raids and combine them together. Easy clap. Raids 4, best raid of all time. Yeah, I'm just gonna make like an impromptu personal rankings list here. With the exception of solo top. Like solo top's like doable obviously, but it's not like a realistic thing. Like you can realistically grind solo chambers, you can realistically grind solo TOA, but not top. Would I like to see an invocation thing with raids 4? Tough to say because I feel like invocations as they are right now, like they're like kind of like eh. I think if they introduce invocations again, like they would have to kind of be like a little more creative, I suppose. Because like most of the invocations in TOA they don't really change the fight. They just make the fight more annoying. Yeah, like in theory it's good because TOA is so customizable. You can really scale the raid and increase the difficulty as you go. But that kind of leads me back to like how the difficulty in TOA is kind of artificial because all they do is just slap on extra defense or health. It just makes the fight longer. But yeah, I think I would personally rank. Now I'm just gonna lump like hard mode and like or challenge mode into the regulars together. But like I like Team Tob #1, I think. Solo Chambers #2. Probably Team TOA number 3. That might be a more recency bias thing though. Like I might put Team Chambers #3. Like a Team Top, then Solo Chambers, Team TOA, then Team Chambers, and then Solo TOA is just at the bottom. Like I do not like that at all. But also, I will say like my experience is also very skewed because we do have like a fair bit of people in our clan that are like proficient at the raid. Like if you have bad teammates at top, oh my god. Oh my god, is it miserable. Which is another reason why I'm like really reluctant to do raids, because like I don't have a problem with people learning the raid. Like obviously everybody has to learn the raid at some point, but it just feels bad to me personally, like to like go do we do raids with someone that is not good at the raid, and then have that terrible experience, and then never see that person again. Whereas if I'm like teaching people that I know, like clanmates or like friends and stuff, it's like it's okay. I get to see them improve over time, and then like have people to raid with. But when it's like a one and done, and someone's just terrible at the raid, oh man. How many more left on that? 74. Also, we do raids is just an exception as well. Like you have people that have done the raid 1,000 times, and they still like play like as if they learned the raid yesterday. I don't think I'm ever gonna do we do raids again, by the way, because like if they're enforcing like real world trade stuff like more strictly now, you can't trust these randoms in we do raids, bro. You never know. You never know. I'm just waiting on that red purpley loot beam. Actually, I think like I have it set to a more pinkish, if anything. Yeet. 43. Now, this might have to be my last trip here. I might not even get like a full 20 minutes. Gotta grab some Luncherino. Good effort today, though. Honestly, I was expecting to like only make it like maybe halfway through my task, but we've done way more than that. Elder Maul KO? Ah! That was not a very huge hit. It had like a sliver of health left, like maybe like 5 HP or something. We have 100 spec. Oh my god, we are one YouTube subscriber away from 2025. The current year we are in. Guess I'll pick up this grimy Lantidine. Dragging stuff in my inventory. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't... There's a couple of people that logged in today in the clan that I don't know who they are. GM? I don't know who that is. Old clan... Okay, I guess he's like a super old member or something, because even I don't know who that is, so like... Wait, you don't know who they are? Wait, if you don't know who they are... then I don't know. I think like the first thought whenever I see like a name I don't recognize in the clan, it's like, all right, whose alt is it? But then, no, that's just somebody I'm not too familiar with. Oh, they're not on now, but someone else logged in earlier, and I was like, I wasn't sure who that was. Oh, a smoldering gland. I didn't even see that. Don't mind if I do. I think I have this step back tendency just from doing demonics. Because, like, we're pretty much doing demonics. Same, but different, you know? It's just ingrained in me. Oh my god, a back-to-back smoldering gland? Free prayer. Hey look, it's the same guy I've been seeing, like, all morning. I actually have not seen, like, anybody else, which is surprising. Not that I can recall, anyways. Ooh, we're closing in on 400 tormented demon KC. You know, I hope I just get the Slayer Cape proc. Yeah, at this point, I'm definitely committed to at least hitting the drop rate. Even better if we can snag the actual drop. But more importantly, at least hit the drop rate. Oh my god, dude, where did our arrow stack go? I feel like last time I looked at it, we were at like 1100. It's crazy too, because it's not like we're camping range, we're using range and melee. Humble Zero, definitely tank that one right there. Okay, almost 400 KC in now, and I don't know why I just had like a moment of doubt here. I was like, is my Ember Light supposed to be on stab? But I'm pretty sure it is. It's like, imagine. need to get my hands on some Avernic treads at some point. All right. I suppose this is gonna be the last KC here. So surely we got the drop. Surely. Here comes the absolute map. Never mind. Only, actually, I didn't even see what that was. I just knew it was not a very high number. I stare at the EXP drop a lot, like a lot more than I stare at the actual number. I think that's just because, like, when I do TOB, like, a lot of times my own hit splat doesn't show up anyway, so I just look at the EXP drop. Because everyone else is hitting the boss. Alrighty, well, I am going to call the stream here. We've been live for 3 hours, a little over that, so that's pretty good, actually. But I am going to have to go figure out some lunch. So, with that being said, I'm going to call here. New Tempros video is up if anybody wants to learn how to solo Tempros. You know, now that I think about it, it's like a little random on the channel. But, I mean, people were asking for guides. Although, you know, when people were asking for guides, I don't think they had Tempros in mind. We do have other guides coming, though. But yeah, I'm rambling here. I'm going to call here. I'm going to go grab some lunch. TY for tuning in. And until then, I will catch you guys on the next one. Wait, we gotta do the emote. Where's the wave emote? There's a wave emote, isn't there? I thought there was a wave emote. Or maybe it's not called a wave, but like there's something that like looks like the beckon. No, that's just like come here. Oh, there's the wave.